I'm Mint Salad, and I saw Star Trek the original series. Tomorrow is yesterday. It is directed by Michael O'Hurley, written by D.C. Fontana, and if you haven't seen this episode, I will spoil it for you. This episode starts and we're following the USS Enterprise, and they're in the clouds. Why are they in the clouds? Well, they're headed towards Earth. They got sucked into the black hole nearby, and they had to use all of their impulse power, all of the power of the ship to get out. But as soon as they got out, they couldn't control themselves, and they're all warbly goop-a-doo-boop. They're all, oh no, we're falling. We've fallen. Now we gotta recover. All of our powers are gone. Pretty much we're on impulse power. We're taking a while for the engines to be good. You know, they're kind of, whatever. What's interesting, they can get radio signal. Oh, radio signal, there's a UFO in the air. Hey guys, can you have a gander at that? Can you have a gander? And then there's this guy, Captain Christopher. He has a gander. And the Enterprise is like, oh, let's just have a tractor beam on it. Oh boy. We're being noticed by these people? That's no good. Let's have a tractor beam go in. Uh-oh, the ship isn't strong enough for the tractor beam. So they have to take the person, energize them. And this guy is like confused. He's like, what is happening? This is so strange. This is the future. And he's met with a Captain Kirk. And then I think it's at this point they realize, oh, we're in like the mid 1960s. The moon they haven't even touched the moon. Oh boy, yikes. We're stuck in the past. Uh-oh, well, there's also another problem. We got this Christopher guy who knows way too much. Captain Kirk, man. He's like, hey, have a look. Have a look aboard. And I'm like, dude, you're being way too nonchalant with this. You got a guy from the past. You really don't want him to spread all the information. Now, then the future's going to be changed. And then this information to this guy will be different information in the future. It'll be completely different. Everything will be different. You got to, like, prevent this guy from telling anyone. Whew. So this is a fun episode because we're dealing with a guy who knows way too much, and Kirk's like, you can't leave. Spock's like, oh, you have contributed nothing. They're like, oh, yikes. Oh, yikes. Well, while they're still trying to figure out how to deal with this guy, Christopher's like, well, I have a wife and I have a daughter. Wait, oh my goodness. Dude, let me go. I want to go. Let me go. And also, he had some records. He was talking to some people about this ship that he's talking about. Hey, dude, what's up? What's up, guy? What's up? Hey, it's got some shape. It looks like a cylinder. It has like a bunch of cylinders, and it looks like a flying saucer. It looks really weird. Here's my description of it. And he was telling his description to the military base. And they're dealing with the UFO. So they have to go down there and like take the tape. So that's fun, okay. So now we have Christopher, who knows too much, but he has to go back down there. Actually, Spock made a miscalculation. Forgot to account for his son. And his son helped with the Earth-Saturn expedition. Very useful, very helpful. They needed that, and so they knew this guy to be down there. Well, this guy knows way too much. And they got another problem. As Kirk and Sulu are down there trying to steal this tape, then there's like this guy who's like, oh, I'm the guy. I'm gonna get you. Hey, what are you doing down here? What's up with you? How did you get in here? And he takes their belts. The transporter go boop, 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 boop. He opens the transporter, and then he gets beamed on the ship, and then we have another problem. And this guy is just like, I'm not sure what's happening. I'm just gonna chill here. Oh, yikes. And I'm like, well, we got 2 problems now. There's many problems out here, actually, because of the mosquitoes. How are they going to deal with going back into time? How will they go back to the future? Well, if we go around the sun, we go very fast around the sun, and then we do a little slingshot, and then we can go boom, and then we can drop Christopher off, and also that guy off in the right time, and they do that. So here's some questions that I have, because time travel is very questionable. How does going really fast make time go? And how does going really fast make time go in first the backwards direction and then the forward direction? They go near Earth and they could put Christopher back in time, which is the past, and then they could put the other guy in the past as well, a little bit forward in time in the past, and then they keep on going forward in time. How does that work? I'm no science. This is really confusing to me. If I knew the science and I knew this is right or something, is there any time travel science out there? Any time travel scientists? Let me know in the comments below. This part really confused me. It was hard for me to wrap my head around it. I'm like, yeah, I know time travel doesn't exist, but like how do you deal with it? I mean, this is an interesting way to deal with it, but personally, it doesn't make sense to me. This is a show from the 60s. They didn't even have like Skype or phones, flip phones. They're all designed because of Star Trek made them. I bet Star Trek was trying to be like, oh, here's how you do time travel. Someone please test this theory, please. Did someone test this theory? Let me know. Overall, they go back into their time, and they're at their time. Of course, it takes a lot of rassle-tassle. Oh no, we're about to fall. No, or I fall again because I have the brakes on, but right in the right time. And then they get to go home. They get to go to Earth. And overall, I think this episode was a fun one. I like the trope of having people in the 1960s interact with people from like the way ahead of their time. I really like that. The science behind it doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not supposed to think about it. It's the science within the world. It's the science within the world. That's how it works within the world. It was explained. I liked how it was explained. I like the concept of this episode a lot. And I like the tension built because, does this Christopher guy have any notable contributions? No. But actually, yes, he does. So he has to go back on the planet's surface. Okay, here's another question. How does going back in time erase Christopher's mind and that other guy's mind, but it doesn't erase the mind of the Enterprise? Like, this isn't clear to me. I don't understand this part. Why aren't they forgetting things if they go back in time to many years in the future? I don't know, man. I don't get it. This part I don't get. The time travel, like logistics of it doesn't make sense to me, but I do really like the plot of this, so I gotta give this episode, it's a solid like 7.4 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If you want to fast track a movie review, you can do that for $20 reviews at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help with daily grindiness of all the daily movie reviews, go to this link tree, find the way you can help with daily grind for all the daily movie reviews. So you can go here. And until next time, mint salad sauce, you listen to my salad croutons and bacon bits. Boop. Beam me up.